Hi, my name is Tanner Hughes, and I will be presenting my case study on the Bullitt Center. The Bullitt Center is a 6-story, 50,000 square foot office building, which was delivered on Earth Day in 2013 by Point 32 Development. It is located in Seattle's Capitol Hill Eco District, which is recognized for applying sustainability at the neighborhood scale. This building also accomplished the Living Building Challenge certification and boasts net zero energy operations annually. And it is also recognized as one of the greenest commercial buildings in the world. Consequently, much of the building's low environmental impact and efficiency is due to the meticulous designs implemented in the project. For instance, the building is 100% self-sustainable and actually produces 60% more energy than it consumes. The building's design also promotes density in an urban area and minimalizes the environmental impact of its users. This was done through designs such as excluding a parking lot to encourage tenants to use alternative modes of transportation such as biking. And in addition to this, the elevator is located in the rear of the building to also encourage tenants to utilize the stairs located in the front. Other elements would be like the tall windows that utilize natural sunlight and which are actually operable too and allow the tenants to use natural temperature control and reduce the electricity needs of the building. And as you can see from this picture, the office spaces are actually designed to reduce electricity use as well with lower plug loads in the worker receptacles and constructed with locally sourced timber as well. There can be much learned from the team's approach and implementation of sustainable construction practices. For instance, there's an integrated process from day one, meaning the Bullitt Foundation engaged the developer, architect, engineers, and contractors during the inception and design phase. This started with the Bullitt Foundation bringing in Point 32 Development as the developer, and who then brought in Miller Hull as the architect, who then brought in PAE as the engineers and Short Construction and so on. Each team member was thoroughly vetted and had experience on similar green projects. Part of what drove their success on this project was their weekly meetings, which were hosted from inception stage till the project was completely finished in 2011. Ultimately, this integrated process reduced costs, unexpected issues, and change orders. Though this integrated design and construction process helped eliminate potential and unexpected issues, that isn't to say that Point 32 was not faced with any. Perhaps one of the biggest issues was with the Living Building Challenge requirements and the Safe Drinking Water Act, which requires 4 to 1 million parts chlorination for water to be considered legally potable. Point 32 really overcame this hurdle after extensive research and review of this law and the Living Building Challenge requirements, and really realized that they had to adopt a water chlorination system that would function with their rainwater collection system and still using their UV disinfection system. Ultimately, this wasn't that big of a hang-up, but they had to add an additional system that they were not expecting from the project's inception. Also along these lines, this project participated in the City of Seattle's Priority Green Expedited Program, which approves projects like this for quicker review and approvals with cities and local municipalities. Like with all sustainable projects, the Bullitt Center had a huge cost savings benefit over the lifetime of the building. The building had a lifespan of 250 years and had a total cost savings benefit estimated to be at $18,450,000. In addition to the unexpected issues with the Safe Water Drinking Act and the need for chlorination and for potable water, the Bullitt Center also faced a couple other issues along the way too, that are risks inherent of sustainable projects like this. The Bullitt Center faced some legal objections and complaints from neighbors and nearby residents about their original plan to install solar panels on the sides of the building. These complaints were based on the looks, that the appearance would be ugly, and about the glare that they would cause as well. Ultimately, this resulted them foregoing on those plans and figuring out an alternative method to still reach their energy goals through design. To further reduce the risk associated with maintaining these energy goals in operations with the living building challenge, they incorporated lease provisions for tenants that would limit the tenant's energy use. Regardless of these risks typical associated with green buildings, they received traditional financing to fund the project, interestingly enough. Covering the investment perspective of the Bullitt Center, I want to start off with explaining a little bit about what the Bullitt Foundation is. Their mission statement is to safeguard the natural environment by promoting responsible human activities and sustainable communities in the Pacific Northwest. So it makes sense why they would choose to take on this endeavor of a sustainable project, and it seemed like a perfect fit as an owner-user. They also received traditional financing from Bank of America and utilized federal bond and tax programs. The programs they used were the Recovery Zone funding bonds, which helped offset a lot of the higher upfront costs for these sustainable systems and let them kind of amortize it over the long run. And the new market tax credits, which were awarded for capital investment in a low-income neighborhood. The Bullitt Center did not really utilize GRESB or the tools that they offer, but served more as an example for many of the future projects that would utilize GRESB assessments and their readily available tools.